Yo, it's your girl Suki Rasho. What's up, y'all? Yo, I hope y'all are ready to get into this word because, baby, I'm ready to get into it with you. So, the Lord is asking, what is it that you want? What do you want? Do you realize that you have been appointed for an assignment? Do you realize there are more things than the world around you? There's an assignment that has been attached to your life, and it is up to you to go follow through. So if you are ready to follow through, I suggest you follow through and listen to this video, okay? Because we're about to get into it. So we're going to dive into 1 Kings 3 through 14. Okay, y'all? So God basically comes to Solomon, which is David's son. And we know what kind of favor David had. You know, we know that David was after God's heart. He wanted nothing but to devote himself to God to be better. He knew that by doing this, that he was going to have a better life because God came and got him. God appointed him early on when it looked like he was nothing at all. And we learned that in my last video. So now we are learning that he is coming for Solomon just like he came for his father. Y'all, we ain't got time. We don't have time to not answer the call. So like I said, God is asking you, what do you want? Just like he came to Solomon. That is the prophetic word today. What do you want? And are you going to answer the call? Because you have been appointed. Your time is now. What a time to be appointed. What a time. Think about what's going on in the world. Think about all the things that are happening right now. That the Lord is setting you up and setting you apart. You got that new itch. You got that new feeling. You like, hold on, something's different about me. I'm acting a little different. I'm feeling a little different on the inside. The Lord is stirring you up. The Lord is stirring you up. So I challenge you to answer the call. Get to your assignments. Okay, so listen. God comes to Solomon on verse 5. It says, that night the Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream. I know some of y'all have dreams. I know the Lord comes to you in a dream sometimes that you're just like, wait a minute, what just happened in that dream? And you're still looking for an answer, but your dream pretty much told you. Or you seen something out in the world that confirmed what your dream already told you. Or simply you seen something in the world. You stumbled across this video. So listen. God has chosen you to be set apart. God told him, or asked him, I should say, in his dream, what do you want? Ask and I will give it to you. Solomon replied, verse 6, you show great and faithful love to your servant, my father David. Because he was honest and true and faithful to you, and you have continued to show this great and faithful love to him today by giving him a son to sit on his throne. Now listen, that speaks, something just came to my spirit, but that not only speaks to the fact that you are doing this for yourself to be a better person for God and to actually be in discipleship for God, but you are also sowing a seed for your next generations. You are sowing a seed for your children. David went on and did it. He went on and did the assignment. And if he never got to his assignment, how was Solomon ever going to get to his? How was Solomon ever going to be asked those questions? What do you want? Ask and it is already given. So I am challenging you to do the same. Look over your life and start looking, especially if you have children. And even if you don't have children right now, you are sowing a seed for future generations. This is not a now situation. This is well, I'm not going to say that. It is a now situation. But this is not only a now situation, but this is how can I affect change? How can I make something change in the future? Are my children's children going to be able to live the way they need to? If I raise my children up knowing Christ, will my children's children start teaching their children about Christ? Will it be a domino effect? Because the things that David did was a domino effect for his son, even down to the things that weren't so good. So understand this. We are not just living for ourselves. You are living for the next person as well, whether they are related to you, whether you cross them and just walking by them and you were supposed to say a word to them. We are all connected. We are all connected in some kind of way. And it's up to you to fulfill your assignment in order for the next person to fulfill theirs. So if David never ever, stepped up to the plate, would Solomon be Solomon? So, God is asking you the very same thing. What is it that you want? What can God do for you? But let me tell you this. Just like I said in my previous video, you can want a lot of things from God, but understand, it comes with a price. It comes with the best price, okay? It comes with the price of, I will live in your obedience. I will do the things that you are asking me to do. Because without those things, you're just living. You're just living. I dare you to become woke. The real woke. The woke that we don't speak of. The woke of, I'm going to follow Christ and I'm going to be a believer and I'm going to actually speak on it. When it is my turn, I'm going to speak up. When somebody crosses my path, I'm going to speak up. I'm going to walk in whatever assignment that the Lord has for me. And in order to do that, you have to kill your flesh. You have to kill your flesh and submit it to God. So yes, God is asking you, what is it that you want? But you have to be able to put the work in behind it. You have to put in the work. Just like for a long time we worked for Satan. I was working for Satan heavy. I was smoking, I was drinking, I was doing all the things. I was working for Satan heavy, not leading by example. The only example that I was leading by was, this is a turn up life and this is fun. But needless to say, I was dying every day. Because I may have been looking like I was walking out my promise, but there was things on the back end that was not adding up. I was beaten up on the back end. Life was taking me out on the backside, but nobody's going to know that, because when we are in front of the cameras, when we have that camera going, everything is good, right? Everything is good, huh? When Instagram is popping, everything's good, because you can slide in a picture and make it look good. You can put a little post to make it sound good. You can make all these things look wonderful. But when are we going to start looking wonderful for God? When are we going to start talking and speaking up for Him? Making it known that it is cool to follow Him. It is dope to follow Him. To be chosen is a beautiful thing. You are not giving up anything but gaining everything. Here's my question to you. It dropped in my spirit. Do you want to live to live? Or should I say this? Do you want to die to live? Or do you want to live to die? When you follow Christ, your flesh dies a little bit every day. Every single day. There are things in this world that you will see that will want to tempt you, that is going to tempt you. But it's up to you to keep following through. Now, let me tell you, it is not always easy. It is easier said than done. But it can be done. I don't want you to ever feel like it cannot be done, because the enemy will whisper in your ear, no, 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 no. Text that person back. Slide in a DM. Ooh, he's sexy. Ooh, she cute. Ooh, did you see that? Ooh, she was throwing up. There's so much stuff at our fingertips now that will lead your flesh all the way down a path that you're just like, wait a minute. But it is up to you. It is up to you to say, no, that is not the way I want to live. I don't want to live and die. I don't want to die. Because when you start living for Christ, you start living. Your eyes start opening up to things that you never noticed before. Your ears start hearing things that you never heard before. It feels good to live again. I never knew how it felt for real. Maybe when I was a kid, because you know we're innocent then. But when the world takes a hold of us and we start living for the world, woo! You living to die, baby. You living to die. Because then your flesh starts taking over. Start having sex outside of marriage. Start having sex outside of marriage. I was there. I'm a single mother. I was there. I was dying every day and didn't even know. But now I'm living. Choose life, y'all. Choose life more abundantly. God has something so special for you. And He is asking you today, what is it that you want? Ask and it shall be given. But remember, like I said, it comes with a price. I'm not here to give you the prosperity dream. I'm not here to be like, oh, girl, bruh, if you follow Christ, bruh, you gonna get, this ain't Oprah, bruh. He ain't. But let me tell you, He can give you everything that you are asking for. He can give it to you and some. Because when He does it, He puts a little bit of extra on top. He sprinkles that thing with some extra every single time. So I dare you to go ahead and allow Christ to set forth in your life. I dare you. Y'all know I'm quick to say I dare you. I challenge you today to ask God. Ask Him to come in and help you in places that you know you are not strong enough to help yourself. He can do that for you. But He is asking you, what is it that you want? What is it that He can do for you? But remember, you are going to have to do for Him too. This is a two-way street. We are fishermen of men. I'm fishing for y'all. I'm rooting for your soul. I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you. Do you hear me? I'm rooting for your soul. It's bigger than the world we live in. We are living in a very supernatural world. And if you are not aware of that, I need you to get aware. I need you to become woke. The Lord needs you to become woke. It is up to you for our future generations. It is up to you to follow through. So Solomon Solomon said this. He didn't ask for anything. He asked for, give me an understanding heart so that I can govern your people well and know the difference between right and wrong. He didn't ask for riches. He didn't ask for fame. He didn't ask to be known. He asked, Lord, give me some wisdom. Give me some wisdom, because these are your people and I'm not going to be down here playing with yours. I don't want to play with your people, Lord. I don't want to play with your people, Lord. I don't want to play with your people, Lord. So I'm asking you how to govern them. Give me understanding on how to work with your people. I too have asked for these things. Just because of this. If you was going to put me on the other side of this screen to speak to your people, Lord, I don't just want to be out here talking the talk. I want to walk it. I want to talk it. I want to actually look like it. This ain't no play for me. I don't get on here saying, oh, I'm going to just feed them all this stuff, but at home I'm going to do this. No. What you see is what you get. This is me all day. This is me all day. I ask the Lord for understanding. I ask the Lord for wisdom. I ask the Lord for knowledge. Ask him. He will give it to you. He is asking you, what do you want? Remember, it doesn't always have to be, oh, Lord, I want you to do this. I want you to bless me this way. I want you to bless me that way. Because when he comes through in a mighty way. Bigger than what you asked for. Just like in verse 10, the Lord was pleased with Solomon. He is pleased with you. He is pleased with you, with your good works. And if you are still working to get to your good works, he is going to be pleased with you. He is pleased with you just seeking him. He is pleased with you for listening to this video this long. He is pleased with you for getting a word, for your soul to be thirsty, and for you to actually want to give your soul something other than liquids. You are coming for spiritual food. That is way bigger. So he is pleased with you. So he told Solomon, he is pleased. So God replied like this: because you have asked for wisdom in governing my people with justice and have not asked for a long life or wealth or the death of your enemies, I will give you what you asked for. He will give you what you asked for. I will give you a wise and understanding heart, such as no one else had ever or ever will have. And here's the sprinkles. Here you go. Because you asked for something this big, maybe a little bit this big. But he comes in there and says, I'm going to give you something this big. He comes in on verse 13 with the alley-oop, y'all. He said, let me run it up for you real quick. Let me do you one better. I'm going to do what you asked for, but I'm going to do you one better. I'm going to show you who's God for real. I'm going to show you who is God for real. It's not your job. It's not your parents. It's not the person that's helping you out. It's not the man you're sleeping with. It's not the woman you're sleeping with. It's not our boyfriends. It's not our girlfriends. It's not your kids. It is God. Make sure you have not put no idols in front of him. Make sure you are not idolizing and making other things God. Whether it be your children, whether it be the person your partners, maybe let it not be nothing that is in front of him, so he can really be God of your life. Okay, that was not even in, sometimes Holy Spirit just says, Hey, I want you to say this. No other king. Okay, hold on. Let's go back. Wait. Verse 13. And I will also give you what you did not ask for. What you did not ask for. What you did not. Listen. Ask for what you need to ask for. But he's going to do you one better. He's going to do you one better. He's going to do you one better. He's better at it. He's better at it. He's going to do it better than you ever seen it before. Ha! He's going to do it better, y'all. Listen. Ha! Honey, I keep getting thrown off from where I'm at. He said on verse 13, I will also give you what you did not ask for. I'm going to give you riches and fame. Solomon, I'm going to give you riches and fame, bro. You did not ask me for this. But because you didn't ask for that, because you didn't ask me to smite one of y'all enemies, and because you didn't ask me to just do anything, you asked to look a little bit more like me. You asked for my kind of understanding, my kind of wisdom. So because you did that, I'm going to bless you, bro. I'm going to bless your whole life with riches and fame. And on top of that, he's going to give you everything else you asked for. Everything else you asked for. Everything else. Along with what? What you didn't ask for. No other king in all the world will be compared to you for the rest of your life. And if you follow me, here we go. I talked about this already. I already talked about this part. This is the part, y'all. This is the part. He's going to give all this to you, right? This is the fine print without the fine print, because the Lord ain't going to give you that little itty bitty fine print. That's what the devil give you. When you go over there and get that liquor bottle and it got that little bitty fine print, you like, okay, it's a hindrance to if I'm pregnant, and ooh, I can't really see that thing. What does it say? But by the time you look at it, you like, I already drunk the bottle. Because the enemy comes for confusion, because the enemy does not tell you everything up front. He waits to pull you in. And once he's pulled you in, then you find out that, oh my God, my life is hell. Oh my goodness, how do I get out? But the Lord, he got the real living word. He's saying, if you do what you said you gonna do, you didn't ask for what you asked for. I done told you I'm going to give you one better. But now, let me tell you what you need to do in order to hold my promise true. Because I'm a man of my word. But in order for you to get what you want, I need you to do this one thing for me. He said, if you follow me, in verse 14, if you follow me and obey my decrees and my commands as your father David, I will give you a long life. That is something to get happy over. That is something to get so thrilled over, because you didn't have to die for it. The old you will die. The old me had to die. She's still dying every day. I'm not exactly where I want to be, but no one all of a sudden just arrives. This is a process. This is the stripping. This is the breaking. This is the tearing. But if you can just obey his decrees, his commands, he will give you what you are asking for. Whether it's, I want to know my purpose. Whether it's, Lord, I need your wisdom. I want your knowledge. I want your understanding. Are you a Solomon? Because here's the thing, if you want to run that business, you're going to need his wisdom and understanding. So yes, he's going to bless your business, because look at how he did Solomon. I'm going to give you riches and fame. I'm going to do what you asked for, and I'm going to give you more. So ask. What are you asking for? The Lord is asking, what are you asking for? Sis, bro, what are you asking for? It is time. It is time. And then you got to walk that thing out. You're going to have to obey. You're going to have to obey. And obedience comes with stripping. Obedience comes with a lot of things that are going to challenge you. It may not look like he's giving it to you all at once. But understand this, he heard you. He heard you. He heard you. He's seen your cries. He heard you. He's seen the tears. He heard you. Ask and it shall be given. Ask and it shall be given. So today, I challenge you. I challenge you to ask the Lord. I challenge you to seek the Lord. I challenge you to get in that word, because it is living. It is breathing. And it is going to be your guide. I can be your cheerleader. I can root for you all day. But it is up to you to walk it out, to follow through. It is up to you. The Lord is asking you. He wants to know, what do you want? What do you want? Get you a journal. Write that thing down. Ask him. Get in a quiet place. Psalms 91. Get in that quiet place with him. He is your refuge. He is your fortress. He is going to make sure you get what you are asking for. But it comes with the price of, and it's an upfront price. He did not put that thing in the littlest words. You can see it. You can see it if you choose to see it. What is this verse? 14. He is telling you up front. I'm just asking you to obey me and to follow my decrees and commands. Can you do that? Can you stop living for you and live for me? Can you do that? What is it that you want today? All right, y'all. It's been real, y'all. Hey, come back and see me again. Because you know you're going to get the real. You know I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. You know I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give you that. Here's what he going to give you. But this is what you got to go do to do it. And I think I wrote down some keys, okay? Your major keys that you need to take away from this is follow. Number one, follow. Number two, and when I say follow, I mean follow Jesus Christ. Follow God. Be the disciple that he wants you to be. Sometimes I say Christian. Sometimes you'll hear me say Christian. Sometimes you'll hear me say disciple. Because here's the thing. This is a discipleship. What I'm doing right now is pouring into you. So therefore, then you could pour into somebody else. Share the video. Share the video. Because you know somebody that has the same thing going on with them. If it's going on in you, I bet it's going on with them. We are all doing the same thing. But we all have a different way of doing it. It looks different for all of us, but it is all the same. It's discipleship. It is leading his flock back to him. The enemy got enough on his team. Look around. The enemy has enough on his team right now. So it's time, y'all. Gang, gang. Jesus gang all day. Let's go. What are we doing? What are you doing? It's time. It is time to follow. Ain't you tired yet? Baby, I was tired. I was tired, y'all. So number one key, follow. Number 2, coming out of this verse, number 2, obey my decrees and commands. Not mine, God's. Not mine, God's. He already told you. What do you want? He is asking you today, what do you want? What do you want? Do you want to know your purpose? Do you know why you're here? Do you want to know why you're here? What you're supposed to be doing? What is it that you want? What do you desire from the Lord? He said, ask and it shall be done. It shall be done. It's as simple as just asking, saying what you want. But remember, key number 2, you have to obey. You're going to always hear me say something about obedience. You're always going to hear me say something about surrendering. Surrendering is great. It's beautiful. It's a blessing. You will put all that at the altar. But will you obey after? Because we're going to constantly surrender. We're going to constantly surrender. As long as we live in this world, we're going to constantly come across something that we have to surrender over to the Lord. Take it to the altar. The altar. Make that altar your resting place. Prayer. Pray, 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 pray. Yo, y'all got this. Y'all got this. If you haven't heard it today, you are great. You are greatly made in the eyes of your Father. Every piece of you has been stitched together. There is a talent. There is something so deep inside of you that He wants to wake up. And then you're going to become woke. The real woke. Don't be in that culture stuff. I used to be there. Everything I'm saying applies to me. That's why He woke me up and said it's time for you to speak. You got a story. Your story is not your own. Every trauma, every little thing is not your own. It's for somebody else. Yo, remember, I challenge you to understand that God loves you. I challenge you to seek Him before you call your friends and say, girl, guess what? Bro, man, did you seek God? Seek Him. He got something already for you. Everything's already done. I didn't even get to come out of my notes today. Like, literally, everything was just given to me right now. Right now. This was a now word. This was a now word. And I didn't realize how much these things are needed until I started hearing other women speak to me. I can't keep acting like I don't have this ability. You've been appointed. Know that. You are worthy. Know that. Walk in worth today, y'all. It's been wonderful. Come back and see me. I have another word for you. Not me. I'm just a vessel. I'm just being obedient, y'all. Walk in the word. Walk in obedience. Hey, y'all know what? It's been real. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Suki wouldn't be able to say it unless God whispered to y'all. So let's get to it.